Jesus is calling, calling all sinners, come home. Why should we tarry when Jesus is bleeding, bleeding for you and for me? Why should we linger and heed not his mercy, mercy for you and for me? Come home, come home, ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling all sinners, come home, come home, come home. Ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling all sinners, come home. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. As I was walking down Broadway, not intending to stay very long, when who should I meet but this pretty fair maid as she came tripping along. What she pulled out of her pocket and slipped it right into my hand. On the very first day that I met her, bad luck to her black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, you would think she was queen of the land. And her hair, it hung over her shoulders, tied up with the black velvet band. There's one fair county in Ireland, with memories so glorious and grand, where nature has lavished its bounty. It's the orchard of Erin's green land. I love its cathedrals and city, once founded by Patrick, so true, and it bears in the heart of its bosom the ashes of Brian Boru. It's my own Irish home, far across the foam, although I've often left it in foreign lands to roam. No matter where I wander, through cities near or far, my heart's at home in old Ireland, in the county of Armagh, when Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, should they steal your heart away? And when Irish eyes are smiling, should they steal your heart away? I wander today to the hills, Maggie, to watch the scene below. The creek and the creaking old mill, Maggie, as we used to long, long ago. The green grove is gone from the hills, Maggie, where first the daisies sprung. The creaking old mill is still, Maggie, since you and I were young. Oh, they say that I'm feeble with age, Maggie. My steps are much slower than them. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time all alone was the pen. They say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as dated a song that we've sung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. They say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as dated as songs that we've sung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. When you and I were young. Twilight glow, I see you, blue eyes cry in the rain. When we kiss a dying ember, and only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Now my hair has turned to silver, and my eyes no longer shine. In my heart I'll always love you. I know you always will be mine. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again in that land that knows no parting. Blue eyes crying in the rain. In the twilight glow I see blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye in parting, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, and only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. You're forever telling me I'm weak. When I'm criticized, I never speak. I prefer to turn the other cheek, but I will love you all my life. I can never do things right by you. I'm the kind of man who muddles through. You can find mistakes in all I do, but I will love you all my life. Something foolish happens and you see, in the middle of it all there's me. Seems I cause you so much misery, but I will love you all my life. All my life, all I own, everything is yours alone. Every day, my whole life through, I let go. Darling, don't you know I love you so? Even though you never care for me, darling, how I wish that you could see that I will love you all my life. All my life. All I own. Everything is yours alone. Every day, my whole life.
As I rode out one morning, going to Dungarvan Fair, I spied a pretty maiden with the sunlight in her hair. Her way was so delightful, her voice rang like a bell, and as I overtook her, I asked if she was well. Lay down your woolen shawl, my love, I swear it is no joke, and I'll tell to you the story of the old Dungarvan oak. As we approached Dungarvan, the girl at me did stare, and she asked me why I raised my hat to a tree so old and bare. I told her of the legend, if the tree should e'er come down, there'd be a great disaster, Dungarvan would be drowned. Lay down your woolen shawl, my love, I swear it is no joke, and I'll tell to you the story of the old Dungarvan oak. And then she started laughing, my face grew very red. She said that only fools believe what those old legends said. Her laughter was contagious, for the truth to you I'll tell. By the time we reached the marketplace, I began to laugh as well. Lay down your woolen shawl, my love, I swear it is no joke, and I'll tell to you the story of the old Dungarvan oak. As I sit here by my fireside, it's the autumn of my life, and the darling girl I met that day is now my darling wife. We have a lovely daughter and a son to push my yoke, and all because I raised my hat to the old Dungarvan oak. Lay down your woolen shawl, my love, I swear it is no joke, and I'll tell to you the story of the old Dungarvan oak. Lay down your woolen shawl, my love, I swear it is no joke, and I'll tell to you the story of the old Dungarvan oak. Just walking in the rain, getting soaked away, torturing my heart by trying to forget. Just walking in the rain, so lonely, all because my heart still remembers you. People come to windows, they all stare at me, they shake their heads in sorrow, saying, who can this fool be, just walking in the rain, thinking how we made, knowing things have changed. Somehow I can't forget. People come to windows, they all stare at me, they shake their heads in sorrow, saying, who can this fool be, just walking in the rain, thinking how we made, knowing things have changed. Somehow I can't forget. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms. Let me lay down beside you, let me always be with you. Come let me love you, come love me again. Like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Must have been cold there in my shadow, to never have sunlight been content to let me shine. You always walk a step behind. I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. Only a face without a name. I never once heard you complain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. I would be nothing without you. You ever know that you're my hero? Everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my
I'm only human. I'm just a man. Help me believe in what I could be and all that I am. Show me the stairway that I have to climb. Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking from you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. So Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. Jesus, you know, if you're looking below, it's worse now than then. Pushing and shoving and crowding my mind. So Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking from you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. So Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. Yes, Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. Everybody needs a little help sometime. No one stands alone. Makes no difference if you're just a child like me or a king upon a throne. For there are no exceptions. We all stand in the line. Everybody needs a friend. Let me tell you of mine. He's my forever friend. I leave me never, friend. Darkest night to rainbow's end, he's my forever friend. Even when I turn away, he cares for me. His love no one can shake. Even as I walk away, he's by my side with every breath I take. And sometimes I forget him. My halo fails to shine. Sometimes I'm not his friend, but he is always mine.
There's a little log cabin on the mountain so high, where the birds sing so sweetly all day. And I'm going back back soon where the wildflowers bloom, to that little log cabin to stay. Take me back to that little log cabin where my loved ones are waiting for me. That little log cabin on the mountain so high, it's a wonderful mansion to me. In winter when the big moon is shining so bright and the ground is all covered with snow, you can look out the window of that little old shack and see the lights twinkling below. Take me back to that little log cabin where my loved ones are waiting for me. That little log cabin on the mountain so high, it's a wonderful mansion to me. Now when I get back to that cabin of mine, my troubles and cares will be o'er. My mother and daddy will welcome me back, and I'll care about rambling no more. Take me back to that little log cabin on the mountain where wildflowers bloom. That little log cabin on the mountain so high, it's a wonderful mansion to me.
To the living I am gone, to the sorrowful I will never return, to the angry I was cheated, to the happy I am at peace, and to the faithful I have never left. I cannot speak, but I can listen. I cannot be seen, but I can be heard. So as you stand upon the shore, gazing at the beautiful sea, remember me. As you look in awe at a mighty forest and its grand majesty, remember me. Remember me in your heart, in your thoughts, and the memories of the times we loved, the times we cried, the battles we fought, and the times we laughed. For if you always think of me, I will never have gone. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gathered here today in remembrance of Sylvie Joan Hodgetts, dearly loved wife of Jack, deceased, loved mother of Wayne, deceased, Carlton, Morris, and John, loved sister of Thelma, Marjorie, Ada, Terry, deceased, Lita, and Judith, deceased, and much loved grandmother, great-grandmother, and great-great-grandmother. On behalf of the family, I welcome you and thank you for being with them today to celebrate Sylvie's life and to say goodbye to her in a meaningful and loving way. I also welcome all those watching on live stream today as they've been unable to be with us. Our being here today is an acknowledgement that our lives are interrelated, composed of many facets from birth till death, composed of significant experiences of love and friendship for Sylvie. During this service, we will share some aspects of her life and remember her as the nurturing, strong, determined woman that she was. At the close of the service, Sylvie will take her final journey for a private cremation. As the hearse moves from this chapel taking Sylvie's body, it will move very slowly as a mark of respect for her, and you are encouraged to silently show your respect. Following that, everyone is invited to join with the family in the refreshment centre here, so that you too can share your thoughts and recollections of her. At this time, the ties of love and friendship that you have had with Sylvie may be near the surface, may be mixed emotions about the passing of an elderly lady, sadness, grief, fondness, and thankfulness for her life. No philosophy or religion can prevent this range of wholly natural reactions of the human heart. No matter whatever the relationship you had with her, Sylvie's death has broken in upon that relationship. But today, we can be sure that she is now finally at eternal peace in the company of her beloved husband Jack, son Wayne, and those other dear family and friends whom have gone before her. At the request of the family, could we all please stand together and say the Lord's Prayer, which is printed in your leaflet. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. Thank you. Sylvie Joan Hodgetts was born in Burnie on February the 9th, 1926, the firstborn of Vincent and Nellie Weller. 4 more girls and one boy followed, and a happy life was lived on the property at Upernatone, where Vince worked hard in the sawmill industry and Nellie raised the family. The day after her 19th birthday in 1945, Sylvie married Jack Hodgetts, and life continued for a short time at Upernatone. Jack trained as a police officer, and he and Sylvie had several moves in the early days: Glenorchy, Waratah, and Guildford Junction. As homemaker and devoted mum, several house moves followed: Haybridge, Gawler, Penguin, Longford, where Jack passed away, and then to Ulverston. Sylvie played the piano beautifully, and Jack played the drums. They played at countless dances around the country halls of the northwest coast, with many a romance blossoming to the music they played for the last waltz. Many, many folk remember these great country dances and the wonderful supper that would always follow. Sylvie was a great cook, and no doubt supplied her famous scones, sponges and jelly cakes to the dance supper. Her homemade soup is legendary and was always eagerly awaited when family came to visit. With Jack's fabulous veggie garden always flourishing, and fresh eggs from Sylvie's much-loved chooks, and her great cooking skills, a meal at Nan's was always a delight. Sylvie had a cat named Sooty. The cat was black, and I suspect it might have had a red collar, as the Bombers were Sylvie's favourite footy team, and she loved to watch them on the telly. After moving to Gawler, Sylvie spent 6 years working at Edgel's. She was a hard-working woman, as was the norm for the women of her era. She loved her family deeply and was determined to provide well for them. Sylvie will be remembered for her great sense of humour and her sharp wit. She loved to watch telly, especially the soaps. She loved country and western music and would never miss the Sunday night radio show on Coastal FM. She also enjoyed a game of bingo, picking up her friend and driving down to the Ulverston Bowls Club right up until 2019, when reluctantly she had to give up her driver's licence and bingo ceased due to lack of numbers. Sylvie loved to host the family for Christmas lunch, and in later years spent her Christmases with the family in Longford. Many fond memories are kept from this special tradition. Sylvie can be described as independent, stubborn, determined, but at every turn she was a down-to-earth lady, always stylish, beautiful hair, painted nails, lovely clothes, and wonderful brooches. Sylvie passed peacefully at her home on Friday, October the 22nd, living independently at the grand age of 95, exactly what she wanted. What a wonderful woman she was. Sylvie's wonderful and caring neighbour Jill would like to come forward now to share a poem of which Sylvie was incredibly fond. Thank you, Jill.
This poem was one of Sylvie's favourites, and it was found in a very special book at Sylvie's place. If I should go before you, mine guardian angel on earth, 'twill then be my turn to guard you until your own day of rebirth. Till you come home, I'll be happy in the place that's now far away. Some day I know you will join me, after keeping all shadows at bay. Pending that day, I'll watch over you from above in the land of no pain, tenderly sharing your heart's cares until we're together again. As for myself, when I meet you, although interveneth in long years, inevitably I shall greet you with a mixture of laughter and tears. The laughter plus words unspoken will tell what goes on in my heart. The tears will merely betoken past sorrows which kept us apart. Even the heart has its reasons for all of its blooms and decay. Yet there's a man for all seasons in heaven who loves you for aye. Changes you'll find in surroundings, but all for the better, my dear. Earth has allowed many poundings, which cease when departure draws near. But one tremendous difference you'll note with delight straight away. See it at once in my presence, and the joy in your heart will stay. They don't need wheelchairs in heaven. Of walking aids they have no ken. So we'll walk, run and dance, my darling, forever and ever. Amen. Safe journey, precious little one.
Thank you, Jill. That was absolutely beautiful. Sylvie's granddaughter Christy has written some of her fondest memories of growing up at the log cabin in Penguin, and she's asked that I share these with you. It goes like this. Dear Nan, these are some of the fondest memories I have of growing up with you as a child at the log cabin. Always finding green and yellow jelly in the fridge. Cupboards and drawers of empty jars all waiting to be filled with your delicious homemade tomato sauce. Yummy kiss biscuits, fork press biscuits and rock cakes. Those golden bowls of goodness, also known as Nan's soup. A cloth-wrapped Christmas pudding dangling from a hook between the kitchen and the dining room. Us kids always begging you to play us a song on the pianola, then us sitting with grins from ear to ear when you would finally give in. I remember you used to keep the Stingo spray in the overhead cupboard closest to the window, and you'd always be patching us up. You'd cast on enough stitches for me in order to start knitting a scarf. I remember asking you to change the colour one time. How annoying this must have been, as I'd sit the knitting down after a few rows and be off doing something else as usual. I remember your pansy beds on the front lawn, especially the purple pansies. They were always my favourite. And of course, how could I forget breaking my arm and jumping off the swing at the park across from Swanee's while staying with you? After consulting Harley Johnson at the chemist, who suggested it might just be a bad sprain, back to the log cabin we went, and you tied me up in a tea towel. After a terribly painful night's sleep in the tea towel, a trip to Burnie Hospital and a cast on my arm, safe to say I was happy to see the back of that tea towel sling. But most of all, Nan, I remember you for the funny, kind and caring Nan that I can so proudly call mine. Max and Zara will forever remember you for your great nanny bickies and your warm hugs. It is said that there are some who bring a light so great to the world that even after they have gone, the light remains. This is you, Nan. With all my love, Christy. Well done, Christy. Would anyone else like to come forward to share anything about Sylvie? You can keep your memories and share them later over a cup of tea. I leave myself to your memory with love. I leave my thoughts, my laughter, my dreams to you whom I have treasured. I give you what no thief can steal, the memories of our times together, the tender moments, the success we have shared, the hard times that brought us closer together, and the road we have walked side by side. And all I take with me as I leave is your love and the thousands of memories of all that we have shared. So I truly enter my new life as a millionaire. Fear not, nor grieve at my departure, for you whom I have loved so much, my roots and yours are forever entwined. As you know, Sylvie will leave this chapel and be privately cremated. Many of you have flowers to place. Now is the time to come forward when you are ready to say your final farewells. before Sylvie leaves for that final journey, a few words of committal. The body of our wife, mother, sister, aunt, nan, and dear friend will be tenderly and reverently committed to the elements and ultimately to Mother Earth, from which all life comes and to which all life in the end returns. We are glad that Sylvie lived with us and for us. We cherish her memory, her words, and her deeds. We recall the influence that she had upon us, and we will be forever grateful for a life that has been lived simply and with determination. We know that she loved us all. Thinking of Sylvie as we leave, let us resolve to live a life of real worth, conscious of the things that really matter in the way that she has demonstrated to us. God saw that she was getting tired. A cure was not to be. So he put his arms around her and whispered, "Come with me." With tearful eyes, we watched her suffer and saw her fade away. Although we loved her dearly, we could not make her stay. A golden heart stopped beating, hard-working hands to rest. God broke our hearts to prove to us he only takes the best. Those we love remain with us, for love itself goes on, and cherished memories never fade because a loved one's gone. Those we love can never be more than a thought apart, for as long as there is a memory, they will live on in your heart. This concludes the service to celebrate the life of Sylvie Joan Hodgetts. Would you please stand as Sylvie takes her final journey?
You can dance every dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile every smile for the man who held your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun, laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. 'Cause don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I would never ever let you go. I love you oh so much. You can dance, go carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks if you're all alone and he take you home, you must tell him no. 'Cause don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. 'Cause don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Ooh, save the last dance for me. Ooh, save the last dance for me. Save the